Good day, Saints. I'm Braden Grande.
And I'm Henry Creed.
Many people are looking forward to Christmas break this year, but Luke is dreading finals.
Christmas is approaching, so is finals. Because of these two things are so close together, the stress level is very high. Last year's finals started on the 14th, but this year's finals are so much closer. Breckenridge, as senior at OCS, feels upset about this.
I'm really upset that we're having a shorter break, and just studying closer to Christmas kind of sucks. So, it's really stressful, and I really hope that it goes well.
Rodney Nichols, a history teacher at OCS, is having to adapt to the new schedule.
All right, so I've been looking at the schedule. Christmas and finals are way too close. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. Just can't anymore.
There can be a lot of negativity towards this, but Matt Nelson, the junior history teacher, is looking to the positive side.
At first I was a little disappointed, but then I thought about it and I thought if we put our minds to it, we'll be okay.
Looks like many people are stressed about Christmas being close to finals. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Luke Gray.
Thanks, Luke. I really am stressed about those finals, though.
Now let's see how the teachers are stressed about the finals too, from Lucy.
The end of the year is a very stressful time for students, but what about the teachers? Mrs. Emick is a teacher of many subjects with 7 hours this year. This is her first year having to require a final.
Other teachers have done it a lot more than I have. They know what to put in a final. They can call on previous things that they've done in the past. I have none of that, so I'm starting from scratch.
Finals can be a lot on teachers having to put all the material into one test, and it can also be hard on students having to prepare for multiple subjects.
I'm pretty stressed with finals coming up because they're coming up a lot faster, it feels like, this year, and it's so close to Christmas, so we'll just see how it goes.
Braden Grande has attended OCS since kindergarten and is very used to taking finals at the end of the semester.
It all is kind of a crescendo of madness because all the tests you have to do at the very end, and then you have to end up taking the finals right after that, and it's really tough for them. But, in my experience, it's super easy. I just don't think about it ever.
Finals can be a lot for students and teachers, but they're finding a way to balance it all out. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Lucy Webb.
Thank you, Lucy.
There's been an awful lot of wrecks recently.
Yes, and they're all sophomores.
Caleb gets to the bottom of this problem.
I stand here in the sophomore parking lot of Oklahoma Christian School where there's been a lot of interesting, not so great events that's taken place. Hadley Watson, a new driver, had some trauma recently.
I ran into somebody.
Kylie Major, who's attended OCS all of her life, finds herself in a very similar scenario as Hadley.
I was driving down Bryant, and this car was turning into a neighborhood, and I rear-ended them on accident.
The majority of people believe that sophomore is a good age to start driving, but Kathy Hermingson, someone who works in the OCS office, begs to differ.
I think sophomores are a little bit still too young to be driving, but that's okay. It takes a lot of concentration and maturity. So I would say that a sophomore driver who really works at paying attention, not being on your cell phone, not listening to your radio, or eating or drinking, I think you can do it safely and carefully. But I think at OCS, I'm really glad that the sophomore drivers are not allowed to drive off campus at lunch. I think at that rush of the lunch makes it really hard. So, sophomore drivers, be careful.
While for some people, a chapter in their life is just ending, for a lot of people, it's just beginning. The new sophomore drivers have a lot to get ready for. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Caleb Anderson.
We don't want to be in those cars. Thanks, Caleb.
With Christmas coming means mission trips are coming too. Nikel has more for us on those mission trips.
COVID-19 has affected everyone in some way, including the OCS mission trips, but they are excited to bring them back this year. Rodney Nichols has been at OCS for multiple years and has experienced a number of times out on the mission field.
3 years ago, I went to Vancouver with Mrs. Bless and Mrs. Smith, and it was an awesome time. We had great fun, and then they were canceled last year. So this year I'm excited to get to go with Mrs. Sage.
Not only is OCS going out of the country for missions, they also have domestic options.
I went on the all-girls trip to Jamaica a couple of years ago, and that was a lot of fun. So I wanted to do it again, but I'd like to stay closer to home. And I've never been to Rhode Island, and I love these girls. It was just a win-win-win-win all the way around.
Students express the same admiration as the teachers on wanting to share Christ's love.
I was really upset last year when they canceled the mission trips because it was such a good experience my freshman year, but I'm really excited that they're doing them again this year.
The Saints are more ready than ever to return back into the mission field. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Nicole Horsberg.
Thank you, Nicole.
You know, with the winter season coming, many people are looking to put on their coats, but Dowdy's looking to put on his swim trunks.
Hello, Saints. This year's swim team is getting ready for their first meet on December 11th. Coach Raff is getting her swimmers ready to do the best they can at the meet.
I think the first meet is going to go really well. I think that our endurance is building strong right now, and I think that we are going to use this first meet as a trial run for how the rest of the season will go.
The swimmers have been putting in the work outside of school to get ready for the competition.
I think it's going pretty good. We've been putting in time in the weight room, and we've been swimming a bunch of OC. We're working out in endurance right now, just trying to work up to the first meet.
Other sports are using swimming as a way to stay in shape for their next season. Runners like Enzo Castillo and Stella Sage are staying in shape for the upcoming track season by swimming with the OCS Saints.
I think it'll help thanks to the cardio in it.
I think swimming will help me a lot with running just because it's a really good cross training and I'm not like running every single day, so it's kind of like a break from running to swim and like build my cross training and aerobic system.
As well as Abibab is staying in shape for tennis.
I think that being on the swim team will get me in shape for tennis because it's a lot of endurance.
Swimming is a great way to stay in shape. You should consider joining next year.
I'd say just do it. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun as a team. We do team bonding, we have fun at practice, and we work hard, but it's rewarding at the same time.
I'd say if you enjoy swimming and you're good at it, or if you want to get better at it, I'd say go for it just because it's a really great cross training and it's a lot of fun.
Looks like the swim team is doing solid, and I'm sure they'll be ready to do their swim meet on December 11th. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Jacob Dowdy.
Thanks, Dowdy.
With Thanksgiving behind us, how was your break?
Well, that question's for Brandon to ask. Brandon?
With Thanksgiving just happening, people's favorite food is still fresh on their mind. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food and why?
I have to say rolls just because they're just really good.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is banana pudding because my Mimi made it.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is the twice baked potatoes, and why? Because they are amazing.
I would say my favorite Thanksgiving food is green bean casserole. Why? I would say, I don't know. It's just really, I just eat a ton of it, and I don't even think about how much I'm eating.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is macaroni and cheese, and why is because macaroni and cheese is the greatest food ever created.
My favorite Thanksgiving food, sweet potatoes.
Green bean casserole, because that is Brandon Orm's least favorite.
So my favorite Thanksgiving food is cranberries because you can have them in a variety of ways, like the cranberry sauce, and then I make a cranberry relish that has oranges in it too.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is stuffing because it tastes really good.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is definitely stuffing, but don't get it too moist or it's like a slosh, and you don't want to mess with that.
Many different people around this campus have several different opinions about Thanksgiving food. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Brandon Orm.
Thanks, Orm.
Join us next week with different anchors and different stories.